I don't think I can remember a time where it wasn't snowing anymore. Look how bad that is. Pretty though. Did you guys miss me? First of all, I would like to apologise in case you hear any background noise. Everybody I live with is in the house right now and they are redecorating. So I'm sorry if you hear anything like that. Also, it is snowing very, very hard right now, as you guys saw at the beginning of this video. So, I'm filming a video on a Friday. I know I don't usually upload on a Friday, if this gets uploaded on Friday, which it probably won't, because nobody watches them when you upload them on a Friday. So, that's why I don't upload on Friday. Today I'm here to talk to you about the Oscars. The 90th Academy Awards are on Sunday the 4th of March, and I love the Academy Awards. Love them. I've loved them for years. The first year I watched the Academy Awards was the year that... I don't even know what the year is. I should have googled it, shouldn't I? Should I google it? Let's google it. Let's ask Siri. What year did No Country for Old Men win at the Oscars? Siri?
No Country for Old Men won 4 Oscars for Best Adapted Screenplay, Best Picture, Best Director, and Best...
2008. So the first year I watched the Oscars was 2008, and it was the year that No Country for Old Men won 4 Oscars, as Siri just told you. And I loved it. I loved the aesthetic, I guess, the atmosphere, the Oscars is it's the biggest awards. It's the end of the award season, and it is the creme de la creme of people that make movies. And I love movies, and I love that people get awarded for making these movies. And I know there is a lot of controversy that goes along with the Oscars, and a lot of things that happen at the Oscars. I know, okay guys, I know. And people tell me that all the time. They're like, oh, you like the Oscars? The Oscars is this and the Oscars is bad because of this. I know, but I still enjoy watching them, okay? Like, I know. It's like when I tell people I like Sex and the City, and they're like, oh, but did you know they weren't friends on set? Yeah, I do. It doesn't stop me liking it any. Okay? I know that it's not great, and I know people get snubbed every year for Oscars, and I know that people aren't nominated for Oscars for stupid things. But I still like them, and I still enjoy them, and I am very committed to watching the Oscars. I stay up. So the Oscars are in LA. They're at the Dolby Theatre, and they air here for, I think it's just after 1 o'clock in the morning, or just after midnight, and they finish about 5 o'clock in the morning. And I stay up all night and watch the Oscars, and then I book the next day off work so I don't have to go into work for the next day. Because I enjoy watching them, and I go downstairs and I sit on the couch, watch it on the big screen, I get a blanket and coffee, sometimes alcohol, but probably not, because coffee takes me awake more. I get snacks, and I watch the Oscars. I don't dress up for the Oscars because it's like crazy late here, but I do sit downstairs and I watch them, and I love it. I love people being awarded for making movies. I love that everybody dresses up for the occasion and everybody's having a good time. I like that I mean, the Oscars are quite serious, but they're quite funny at the same time. And people hosting the Oscars, Jimmy Kimmel hosted them last year and is hosting them again this year, did a really amazing job hosting. Everybody looks like they're having a good time, and I love it. And I really want to go. Going to the Oscars is on my bucket list. Winning an Oscar is also on my bucket list, but I have 2 bucket lists, like an actual bucket list and one that's just ridiculous, like winning an Oscar. Going to the Oscars, not so much. So yeah, I would love to go to the Oscars and just be there and soak it all in, all the glitz and the glamour, and just being able to meet the nominees or just see them would just be amazing for me. And so it being Oscar season, with the Oscars you then have to go away and watch all of the movies that are nominated for Oscars. I actually don't do that. I'm really bad. I see some. Usually I see about 2 or 3. I've seen 3 3. How many have I seen? Oh, how many? 4. I've seen 4 things that are nominated for Best Picture this year, and I've seen a couple of other nominees in other categories like costume design and like Best Song. I've seen a couple of the animated ones. So I've seen a couple of them. And, you know, I like to sit there and throw in my 2 pennies, even though I have no idea what I'm talking about. But I just enjoy it. And I think they are enjoyable. And I like to sit and enjoy them and pretend I am part of it. And I am there. And I like being part of something bigger than myself. And I know a lot of people say that about building houses for people, which is true. And I would love to be a bigger part of that too. But I just like being involved. I like being invited to this this prestigious occasion that not everybody gets invited to, and there's the added suspense of who is going to win Best Picture, who is going to win Best Actor or Best Director, and which documentary short is going to win, or which documentary is going to win, and I'm going to watch it 6 months later when it shows up again and I'm like, oh, that one won an Oscar. So, and I mean, yes, I like the pretty dresses people wear, and I like the men in suits. I really like the men in suits, but that's not why I watch it. Somebody asked me that a couple of years ago. Do you like it just because the girls, when a couple of years ago, when it was a big thing about asking the women what were they wearing, and nobody asks the men what they're wearing. And somebody asked me, is that what you like it? Because everybody's dressed up. No. That's part of the reason I enjoy the Oscars, but it's not the sole reason I watch it. Like I mentioned, I watch it because I just think it's glorious, and it's hard to explain it. It's just a wonderful thing I like to watch, and to see these people win these Oscars, and to see that they are so happy about it, and these people work their entire lives to win this award, and especially people that get nominated multiple times and don't win, like Leonardo DiCaprio, for instance, who was nominated, I don't know, 7 or 8 times before he actually won an Oscar, and he was so happy that he won, and you could tell. If you haven't seen that, go and watch it. I suggest you go and look it up on YouTube when Leo wins his Oscar, and everybody stands, and you can just see it in his eyes, and everybody else in that room knows that he didn't necessarily get the Oscar for his role that he played in The Revenant, which is a film I still haven't seen. He got that Oscar for every other time he didn't win an Oscar. I don't know if he was nominated. What was he nominated for that was really good? Like Titanic, for instance. Brilliant. I think he was nominated. I don't know. He should have won it, and he didn't. So, but yes, seeing these people win these Oscars, and they're so happy about it, and that just fills me with, gives me a warm fuzzy feeling inside, I guess, that these actors get to be recognised with the most prestigious award in their field. It's like being nominated or winning a Nobel Prize. That's the most prestigious award you can get in your field. Just because they're actors doesn't mean it's any different. So yes, if you guys are interested in watching the Oscars, they are on Sky Oscars on Sunday the 4th of March at around midnight, I think. And it's really good. So obviously because it's England, we're watching it with England, and the Oscars will have adverts. They'll have American adverts. So instead of us having adverts here, they get a panel in, and the panel will sit down, and during the adverts they discuss things that have won. There's always there's one guy on the panel, I can't never remember his name, he drives me crazy. Every year he's on the panel, he annoys me so much. But he's there, and he has some really good opinions, some not so much, but you can't like everybody all the time. So, yes, if you are interested in seeing what all the fuss is about, watch the Oscars, or go and see a film that's nominated for an Oscar. Usually they're very good. Me and my sister recently went and saw I, Tonya. Highly recommend that film. That film is really, really good. Margot Robbie was nominated for Best Actress, and I really hope she wins because it was amazing. But she's up against Meryl for The Post, and she was really good in The Post as well, so we'll see. But I hope that she wins, because she was amazing. So yes, watch the Oscars if you are interested to see what all the fuss is about. And tell your friends to subscribe. Everybody tells one friend, somebody has to subscribe to this channel. Next week we'll do a video that's not about Oscars. Don't know what we're going to do, but it'll be exciting.